Hello, I'm Leslie Sutcliffe from Farnham, and I'm here to introduce Alex Huatian, Team China, to show you how we prepare a horse for competition and everyday work. Alex, tell us about what you're
well, we're here
to do.
today with Mark Swan, who will be doing the doing. I'm here doing the talking with you about exactly what we use, why we use it, and how we use it. And obviously Chanyu here, who is going to be our little model for trying out the products. But first of all, I thought we'd have a little go, and Mark will show you exactly what it is, the routine we go through with each of the horses every day to make sure that they're in a fit state to be trained and ridden, and look at their best as well. So the first thing Mark goes out and does every day is check the horse's legs to make sure that there isn't any swelling, no heat, no signs of any injuries, any cuts, and because Mark does it every day, he knows all of the horse's legs inside out and can tell any differences before a competition, after a competition, and just for everyday training.
And he's checking to make sure the feet aren't hot either. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
He's looking for heat in any part of the leg, especially the joints and especially in the feet.
Yeah.
Any cuts, any abrasions, anything that we can do anything about, basically.
Right. Okay.
And then secondly, he then takes the hoof pick, which I have here, picks the horse's feet up and makes sure that they're first of all clean and tidy, and second of all there aren't any stones or anything that could possibly harm Fred while he's training and working.
Great.
Yeah.
Now you're going to show us how you groom the body of the horse.
That's right. Well, we've just picked the horse's feet out, so first thing we start off with is the rubber curry comb, and Mark will show you just how we use that. And basically, rubber curry comb lifts the grease and the dirt from under the coat, because quite often you get a nice, clean, shiny coat on top, and then you run your hands through it, and it's quite greasy and it's quite dirty. So to give it a really thorough clean, Mark will give him a little sort of round and round action with his hands over the horse's body to lift that dirt right off.
Yeah, so your Olympic training has taught you all the way up through the grooming, which is so important to the horses.
Exactly.
It's important to the horse's welfare and his general health, and so you want all of the Chinese horses to be taken care of as well.
Well, exactly. It's not just about looking good, it's about feeling good as well. And the horses, when they're clean and tidy and shiny and feeling and looking well, then they feel well as well. So
Absolutely.
That's very important.
Absolutely, and this is where we're looking at the Olympic level of the sport. So we're looking for all of the people out there in China and around the world to present their horses in the best way so that the judges really appreciate the hard work they've put in the competition level they have achieved.
That's right, absolutely. And then now that we've lifted the dirt off, we need to get rid of it. So I'll exchange this with Mark, the dandy brush. And the dandy brush just flicks the heavy duty dirt off, the excess off. And then we'll get to the finer stuff after that. But the interesting thing is, the more you concentrate on the everyday cleanliness of the horse, the easier it is when you get to a competition just to pick the horse up, give it a flick over, and it's already immediately very shiny from the sort of everyday hard work.
Exactly, which is why we've got in the Farnham range, we've got things to prepare you completely from soup to nuts going, starting at the beginning and then ending up in the competition. So if you want to put your horse in the competition with the best shine going, what you'd do is you'd use the laser sheen at the end, and that would give the horse a bright, shiny coat just before you go into the ring.
Absolutely.
That's a fantastic product for that.
And finally, or second to last, is body brush. Little flick. And then finally, once Mark's done that, a cloth, just to get the fine little layer of dust off the top.
Yeah, the body brush lays all the hair back down on the coat, and so that it's all going in the correct direction, and because that also makes the horse more comfortable.
Correct.
And then we use a towel just to put some polish on the top of the coat, all of the hair good and shiny, just like your own. And so you want him to look as shiny as he possibly can, and this process will achieve that. And with the aid of the Farnham products, you will then have a horse set for the Olympic Games yourself, at home.
Now that we've groomed him and he's sleek and shiny in his body, we then apply a little bit of Tritec 14, the fly spray, to make sure when he's training at home and at a competition that he's concentrating on me, my aids, what we're doing, the aim of the day, and not on what little fly is landing on his neck or his backside, and any other little distractions like that.
Yes,
So I'll give this
maybe.
to Mark.
Yeah, and maybe you don't realize, but that Tritec 14 kills all the carriers of infectious diseases. So if you have a fly or tick or mosquito carrying Lyme tick disease or African horse sickness or one of the damaging diseases with airborne flies, then Tritec will kill it.
Yeah.
So you will have a fly-free horse and a very happy horse.
Exactly right. And then finally, just because it's a little bit messy to apply, the Shore hoof oil to give the horse's hoof a really nice sheen and a really nice sort of a maintenance for everyday use, because the hoof takes a lot of punishment in the training, in everyday walking around the field, just around the stable, and it's like your nails, they get brittle, they get hard, and to give them a little bit of flexibility for what we're trying to do every day, this is really a very important thing. So I'll give this to Mark to show how to put on. And yeah. And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks. So wait a minute. Okay, camera. Well, Alex, thanks so much for showing us how you groom the horse for the. So now we're at the first day of competition, and we want to prepare them for grooming to go into the ring in front of the judges.
Exactly. So now it's not just about daily maintenance, about daily health and happiness. It's now about looking beyond the best that they can look. So with all of these products here, I'll sort of walk you through exactly our routine of making Fred Chanyu look his absolute best. So the first thing we will be doing with him is bathing him in Vetrolin bath to get rid of all the grease and grime in his coat built up over the last few weeks from just daily sort of living and working, etc., etc. And this here with water, diluted in water and scrubbed all over his body and rinsed off, will get rid of all of that grease and grime.
But of course, in all the heat, you can certainly be washing them every day if
exactly.
you'd like.
If when we've galloped and if they've worked particularly hard on a day and they're really hot and sweaty, then it's really nice for them to have a really good, deep, clean, cleansing bath. And then for a little polish, for little white bits like Fred has on his two hind legs, we use Vetrolin White and Bright, which really brings out the white and really makes it sort of crystal clean and sparkly. Then while he's still wet, you'll see Mark will put Vetrolin Detangler into his tail. This helps untangle the tail. It makes it really shiny and smooth and sleek and separates each strand so that when he goes into the arena, it looks like his tail is full and thick, and it just gives you a nice balanced picture.
Yes, it's a much more flowing picture with the tail.
Exactly. There's nothing worse than a little scraggly little thing pointing out the back.
No, it's an elegant touch.
Exactly. And then once he's had a bath, put a rug on, keep him warm, let him dry, give him half an hour to dry off, and then you'll see Mark putting both into his tail and all over his body laser sheen to give him just really that fine little polish, extra little shiny touch that will give you the edge over your competition, really, that just give you that little bit of extra shine to really help you get noticed.
And that's what we want. We want to be the winner with the winner's shine.
Exactly.
And so these products will help you achieve that.
Exactly. And we spray this directly into the tail, and with the sensitive horses, like Fred, he doesn't like being sprayed on his body, so we spray it onto a cloth and then apply the cloth all over his body, including his face as well, just keep out of the eye.
It's important to remember that not all horses are animals, and they think, and not all of them like sprays, so you can most certainly put it on a cloth and put it all over their body. And so you do not need to spray the horse if you don't want to.
Exactly. And so that is our routine, and obviously on top of that, once you finish that, then there's a brush and then the cloth to make sure He's really shiny, and then you're pretty much ready to go in. And
Right.
the last finishing touch, just 2 minutes before you go into the arena, is hoof oil to make those feet shiny, sleek, and so you can see your face reflected in them.
Yeah, and you achieve that with Rainmaker.
Exactly that.
Well, that's just great. So we'll get Fred going into this show ring now.
Exactly, and then there's no excuse not to win.
Well, Alex, thanks so much for showing us how you groom the horse for the Olympic level of the sport. And we hope that everybody here will also try to achieve this greatness and the shine ability and the comfort that this horse is rewarded with by having great owners and great trainers, as in Alex Watin today in England.
Thank
you so much.
That's really kind, and actually it's interesting because the horses really enjoy having their daily groom. It's a bit of a massage as well as not just for the muscles and the body, but for the coat as well. It really gives them a sheen, and they feel really well for it.
Yes, and Farnham's here to help you achieve that. That's what we're here for, and the products made in America, best in the world.